you decide, you know, how they're going to hold hands. Ideally, if they can sit in a chair like this, it works
So is it
best.
working?
But most
See,
of
it's
the time,
number 10, 9. You're
you know,
filming it right now.
It says off over here.
Huh?
It says off over there.
Oh, that's the,
they possibly can go down with their hands.
what do I do on? That's the HD, high definition.
So did you just miss all that?
No, it's on.
Okay.
So I just didn't know. See,
To set it in?
yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant for me to sit on.
No, I didn't want to get it. I don't care about that.
You don't care if I get to sit? No.
Erase all these directions.
Yeah. No, that's a very good idea.
Oh, he's happy now.
There you
He's
go.
happy.
All right. You got your ring nice and tight. Good. You got your ring showing.
So we
Perfect.
stuck cotton underneath the ring to help tighten it up onto your hand to pull it in. See, otherwise you go squeeze like this and that ring sticks up. So let's see if it goes in.
A little more room between you. So then they're gonna go straight down.
See, the problem with that, and I'm touching,
There you are.
and so are you, because it's too big.
Going that way.
Alright, so now you gotta wrap your fingers in. More your thumbs are,
Yeah, I don't know.
if it touches a little bit, it's okay.
Especially if it's on the side of your hand or something like that.
Yeah, I think we'll be good. Yeah, no, I think we'll be good.
Don't
Hold
move.
still.
Don't move.
So, then what's important is to have their hands dampened, and that supposedly helps release the mixture from their hands. They had a little hard time getting it out the other day, but we did. So,
Well, it feels like you're just suctioned
Stuck
in
in
there,
there.
you know.
I found out plastic spoon works best. Over this way. You want to come here? So that calls for 5 cups of water. Like I said, lukewarm, not hot by no means. The other thing we discovered, the lukewarm water was more comfortable for the patient also. The really cold water.
Hurts our hands probably.
Well, it was kind of shocking. A little bit. Put the water in first. And feel how warm that is. It's not super warm, but
Oh, yeah.
like I said, it does set up really fast. So you put in 5 cups of water for a single batch. And then you dump in the silver contents.
Lower than that.
And it starts out a really bright pink. And eventually, you want to come and so you can see the color. Whoops, I don't carry away. Starts out really pink, and eventually, in fact, it looks a little bit thick. I'm gonna add just a few more. Eventually, it will start lightening up fast. And it's not, I mean, if you can get as many lumps out as possible, that's great, but it's not super necessary. But once it starts to lighten up and change color a little bit, there's no time wasted.
So did you bring this with you, or did you go to
We
Joann's and buy
we actually ordered on Amazon, so you can kind of see how it's lightened up. Take it over.
So ready?
Yes.
Ready?
Uh-huh.
Set it right on down.
Straight down. And once you touch the bottom, then come up a little bit. And then stop.
Okay, go ahead and set it down, sis. You can set it right down in the deal.
Okay.
So,
Alright.
Up a little.
Up a little bit.
No.
No.
My
Okay.
hand.
Alright.
down there, and you're up a little bit. There, hon.
Okay.
My arm is touching that one side.
Oh, you're okay. Don't wiggle now. Drake.
Drake.
Yeah, David L. Hold still.
And you can see how fast the color's changing.
Mm-hmm.
It takes about 2 minutes.
37 seconds.
Oh, that is nice not to have to hold it.
No
But
kidding.
it's, you know, that's not, most of the time, a patient isn't able to bend over. Like I said, it's not always an ideal situation, so you do end up having to hold it. There, it's still sticky.
Waiting for the pot to boil.
Yeah.
Can you feel it hardening around your hands?
Uh-uh.
Minute 30.
No, I can't. I tried to go up and down with it, and you can't.
Can't move it all.
Something.
Yeah. Keep thinking her fingers gonna go through it.
I know
Yeah.
it.
Pretty hard to touch. Like I said, when we used the cold water, it did take almost 3 minutes, which, you know, made the process even longer. And it's just
2 minutes.
okay. Things are good. Right. So then what we'll do is, Audrey, maybe if you can wiggle yours first, and just basically wiggle it. And suction. And that part doesn't matter if it breaks. There you go. Okay. Perfect.
That's so neat.
Isn't that cool?
So I got a divot come out of that one, but I don't know if that's just off of something else. But you'll fix that later.
Yeah, well, that won't probably hurt anything.
You didn't hurt.
So then, wanna come see the inside? So any of this outer stuff is not necessary, because the more of this stuff that's left is more for you to clean. So unless you really want a gap between their arms, you remove this.
Oh, okay.
So anything you remove is going to be filled with the plastic. So you can see there's like chunks down in there. You want
Take
to
that out.
try to get any extra chunks that are in there out. Just anything that looks like it's dangling. Like I said, the more that's left in there, the more there is to clean. But it also, you know, leaves little extra details between their hands and stuff, which is kind of nice too.
Mm-hmm.
So once you feel that you have a chunk that fell, where did it go? There it is. So then the next process is your plaster, and it calls for 2.5 cups of water. And this one does call for cold.
Can you tell her about saving some back?
Oh, thank you. Thanks for reminding me.
I was kind of waiting to put in the bag and say, you got a stable corner.
Yep.
She's got us all educated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you go to pour this in, if you just kind of grab just a corner like this to keep some back, and then that's for any repairs you might need. And it's good to try to use the same stuff that you used for this mold. For the other day I didn't, and luckily it matched okay, but it's just a good thing to remember.
Because sometimes it's not the same color batch.
Oh
Plastic could be a little whiter or grayer, huh? 'Cause that's about what it is, yeah.
That calls for any of these supplies I purchased just from the dollar store. Get this and this. They have a 2.5 cup measuring, which is kind of nice. And if at any time you feel that it, seems to be too thick, a little extra water in either one of them isn't going to hurt anything. I have found that this mixture, if it's a little severe, seems to go down into the crevices in the fingers a little easier. And this doesn't have a tendency to set up quite as fast, so the other thing we've learned, and I have a dark shirt on.
Oh, you did it again.
I did,
Blue is your favorite.
I guess.
To not wear a dark shirt,
Well,
right?
not anything probably real good. I mean, I think it washes out, but usually not even that much, because I even had some left the other day.
So at this point, after you got the original mold done, you could actually take it home then and do all this at home.
Oh yeah, I do that once I have it poured, then I'll take it home and do the unveiling at home,
Oh.
and then
Because he's got to sit up for 24 hours.
Yeah.
You just take this all home and do what, from the time your hand comes out, you can do the rest of it
even
at
this
home.
part,
Yeah,
you could take all of this home and do it at home.
Especially if you had a lot of them to do.
Yeah, and probably to pour it at home would be good, because it would probably transport easier.
Oh, yeah.
Where back at Fort Dodge, most of them that are done are at the hospice house, so they pour them there, they leave them there, and they go back there and unveil them there. So more or less mix it, and you feel most of the lumps are gone. If there's a few lumps, it isn't
No.
end of the world. But you can see, so you may want to back up.
Little
Yeah.
bubbles popping out there.
Yeah, just,
So you are a hospice volunteer?
yes, we both are.
Oh, and so is this your job as a volunteer? You do these, or do
Yep.
you just do them for your patients, or you
No.
do them for everybody?
Yeah, Dennis works more with the patients, and this is a process that I chose to do. And so I'll either work at the hospice house or do the hands. So,
They're all done by volunteers.
yep.
The hands. And there's, do you have men volunteers?
Yeah, we actually 3 of them are the men.
Really? That's the hardest thing they have, is getting male volunteers. Well, I mean, we did anyway. I think there's a lot more of them now. In fact, that one of the, he does a lot of the hands, one of the male
Yeah,
volunteers.
Leroy does. He's just,
But it's really something that's hard for the workers, the people that work there to do. I mean, you got your own work to do, and but it takes time to get volunteers too. Now, do they have to go through training too? 6 weeks?
No, ours is actually just, it's about 5 hours in the office watching videos and going over all the rules. And then they also have a background check and a direct screen.
Yep.
And then we have to wait for that to come back, and then they're cleared.
Alright, seems pretty smooth. So then you start out by pouring about half of the mixture in. And you can see it does splatter. And just more or less jiggle it around, try to get bubbles out, try to get the fingers filled up as much as possible. Anything that's on top here will of course come out as like a little extra base on the bottom, but you'll remove all of that. I'll take it out a few lumps, but like I said, that doesn't really hurt too much. That filled it up a little more than the other one, didn't it, Dave? The other one we had about that much space,
Yeah.
so maybe it'll be a little taller base. Sometimes, where's that lid?
Lid. Here. And we pitter patter on the side. Here,
Yeah.
knocking the bubbles out. Let them.
Yeah, any kind of jiggling that you do to it, once it's in there, just helps get the fingers filled in
Let
good.
this creep and trap all the crevices. Because the rubber, you really can't hurt it at this point in time, right?
Nope, it's pretty secure. But like I said, any of this that's on the outside, on top of here now, will come out. But you just bust it off. So, so you can see, trying to transport this as liquidy would be hard. So to, like I said, once you've done the mold, everything else can be taken home or whatever. And then it's just a matter of at least 20 hours. 20 to 24 is good. It's not like the end of the world if it's not exactly 24. The mold's a little harder or a little softer, and sometimes even almost easier to work with too, because it just, you know, it's easier to work with.
So take like the bottom off there. And
Yep. So then after your 20 hours, then you will unveil it. So, and then I have that video to show you. So,
And does the felt, I know you had felt, do you buy that or does that come with the kit? It looked like you had felt on the bottom of the hands.
oh, I bought that.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's nice.
Yeah,
The
those are
glass.
just extra little things that I've discovered. Keeps the hands up a little bit more to still keep them dry. The other thing we do once they're unveiled, we put them on like a cooling rack of some kind, whether it's a cookie rack, and then a slow fan on it, and to keep like good 24 hours. Because if they're too wet, if you don't get all of the rubber consistency out between, it will turn black, and they have been known to mold.
Oh, wow.
So they just learned by doing. They discovered to have it in front of a fan the whole time is just a really good idea. So those dried up really good.
So after you unveil it, it's out of there, the rubber's off of it, that you want the fan to run off for
Right.
24 hours. And they said in the directions of 1 week?
The directions said 1 week. Our recommendation has been 6 months. before you would think about even covering it. You know, a lot of them say, oh, I have a glass, you know, dome type thing. I want to put it in to protect it,
Okay.
you know. So our recommendation, and I need to get this from Mary, we just have a little piece of paper with the instructions on this is how to care for your hands, you know.
Cause they don't want it to get dusty or something, but it needs the air.
So they wanna cover it sooner
Yeah.
instead of letting it air out.
Yeah, so then if they cover it up, that, it has gotten black. And there's, I think, a little black spot on those hands, and I'm not real sure, we're trying to decide if it was the new paintbrush I was using, or, you know, what caused that, but, anyway, that's the process of actually making the mold and pouring it.
21 minutes.
Thank you.
Now, will you put the lid on that, or will you just let it breathe like that?